Friends, have you ever wondered what it means when people claim to see ghosts before they pass away? Have any of your loved ones told you that they are seeing a dead relative? Have you sat at the bedside of someone in their final hours and heard them talking to someone you cannot see? Well, I have, and I will explain it to you later. Lately, I have been seeing a lot on social media about deathbed visitation, the state of the dead, and the afterlife. When it comes to the spiritual world, it's a question that has puzzled humanity for centuries, crossing cultural, religious, and geographical boundaries. This phenomenon is not confined to any one group. It is a truly global occurrence that has sparked innumerable conversations and theories. I will give you a glimpse of what I see and hear, then I will tell you the truth. Watch this video to the end and learn the truth about deathbed visitation and life after we die. You are kindly invited to share your thoughts below as well as your questions. I promise you that you will get a reply from me. Thanks. In the twilight hours of life, it is not uncommon for individuals to report seeing spirits or apparitions. After my beloved grandmother passed away, I heard her in my living room as clear as day. I had another beloved one pass away as well, and I was on the sofa half asleep and something stirred. I got up just in time to see her pass by the door. What was all that about? I will explain later in the video. I was with an individual keeping her company after her husband passed. One night I was awoken from sleep hearing him communicating with her, telling her not to worry, he was okay and everything would be okay for her. I am no stranger to spirits, so these dying individuals that they are seeing might be loved ones who have passed on or unfamiliar figures standing at the foot of the bed. These experiences are often vivid, real, and emotionally poignant, leaving the individuals convinced that they have indeed encountered beings from another realm. This phenomenon is known as deathbed visions or deathbed visitations. Despite the somewhat ominous name, these experiences are generally described as comforting, even transformative. The individuals often express a sense of peace and acceptance, as if the spirits they've seen have come to guide them on their journey beyond the mortal coil. The sightings vary in detail and intensity. Some report a clear, detailed vision of a departed loved one appearing as real as any living person, while others describe a more ethereal, dreamlike encounter. The consistency, however, lies in the profound impact these experiences have on those who have them. They often bring a sense of peace, comfort, and acceptance in the face of the inevitable. This phenomenon is not restricted to any particular culture or religion. It's been documented in various parts of the world, from the heart of bustling cities to the quiet corners of rural villages. It crosses the boundaries of age, class, and belief systems, indicating a universal human experience that transcends our individual differences. Despite the widespread nature of these experiences, they remain shrouded in mystery. Some see them as evidence of an afterlife, while others view them as the fascinating workings of the human brain under extreme stress. Regardless of the interpretation, the phenomenon of seeing ghosts before death continues to intrigue and inspire us in our quest to understand the human experience and the mysteries of life and death. This universal experience begs the question, what might be the explanation behind these sightings? Science offers some intriguing theories about why people might see ghosts as they approach death. Let's delve into the world of neuroscience and psychology for a moment. This is their opinion, mind you. As the body weakens and health declines, particularly in the advanced stages of illness, changes in brain function can occur. This can lead to altered perceptions, including visual and auditory hallucinations. Some researchers propose that these hallucinations could be interpreted as ghost sightings. Imagine your brain working like a radio, and as it starts to falter, it might pick up static or signals that it wouldn't typically receive, leading to these unique experiences. Then there's the medication factor. Many individuals nearing the end of life receive potent medications to manage pain and other symptoms. These powerful drugs can have side effects, including hallucinations. Sometimes these hallucinations can be vivid, and in the context of death, they can take on a supernatural quality. Another theory involves the brain's natural coping mechanisms. Facing one's mortality is a profound and challenging experience. The brain, in its infinite complexity, might create these visions as a way to soothe and comfort, or to help the individual process their impending passing. It's a bit like the brain's way of saying, "Don't worry, you're not alone on this journey." But these explanations, while they might account for some cases, don't quite hit the mark when it comes to the specificity of these visions. People often report seeing deceased loved ones or figures significant to them, not random apparitions. And the consistency of these experiences across cultures and throughout history is striking. So, while we have some credible scientific theories, they don't fully explain why someone might see ghosts as they approach death. They provide a piece of the puzzle, but not the complete picture. The mystery remains, and perhaps that's part of the allure. The intersection of life, death, and the unknown continues to captivate our curiosity and imagination. However, these theories, while grounded in science, don't fully explain the specificity and consistency of the visions people report. On the flip side, paranormal believers offer a different perspective on this phenomenon. From the paranormal point of view, the experience of seeing ghosts before death is considered not as a mere hallucination, but a significant spiritual event. The paranormal interpretation suggests that the veil between the physical world and the spirit world, which is usually thick and impenetrable, begins to thin as one nears death. This thinning of the veil, so to speak, allows for the crossing of energies and entities between the two realms. This perspective posits that the spirits or ghosts that people see are not products of their imagination, but real entities. These spirits could be departed loved ones or spiritual guides who have come to comfort the individual, to guide them through the transition from life to death, or to help them let go of any fears or anxieties they may have about dying. Some paranormal believers suggest that these spirits serve as a bridge between the living and the afterlife. They are there to assure the dying individual that death is not an end, but rather a transition to a different state of existence, a journey to another realm. This belief is deeply rooted in many cultures and religions worldwide, from the ancient Egyptians to the modern spiritualists. In certain traditions, it's believed that the dying person can even converse with these spirits, receiving wisdom, guidance, or messages to pass on to the living. These messages can sometimes bring closure, resolve lingering issues, or express love and farewells. Paranormal believers also argue that these experiences are too common and consistent to be merely hallucinations. They point to the profound impact these encounters often have on the dying individual, causing significant shifts in their attitudes towards death and offering a sense of peace and acceptance. While these explanations can't be scientifically tested, they provide comfort and meaning to many who experience these visions. Whether these visions are real or imagined, the comfort and peace they bring to the dying individual is undeniably real, and for many that's all that truly matters. Psychologists also have a take on this intriguing occurrence. The field of psychology, with its myriad theories and perspectives, offers a different lens through which to view the phenomenon of seeing ghosts before death. One of the prominent theories suggests that these apparitions are manifestations of one's subconscious fears or desires. You see, our mind is a complex entity, and it often communicates with us in symbols and metaphors. So, when a person is nearing the end of their life, their subconscious may conjure up images of ghosts as a way of expressing their fears about death, or their longing for what lies beyond. Another theory proposes that these spectral sightings could be the mind's way of finding closure and acceptance of death. The ghosts that individuals report seeing are often deceased loved ones. This suggests that the mind may be creating these comforting images as a way to help the individual come to terms with their own mortality. It's like the mind's own version of a farewell party, where it invites the spirits of those who have already crossed over to help the individual prepare for their own journey. Then there's the theory of deathbed hallucinations, which suggests that these experiences are the result of changes in brain chemistry as the body approaches death. As with any hallucination, these visions seem incredibly real to the person experiencing them, further fueling their belief in their ghostly encounters. Then, there's the idea that these ghostly sightings could be a form of projection. This is the psychological phenomenon where individuals unconsciously project their thoughts, feelings, or desires onto the world around them. In the case of seeing ghosts before death, the individual could be projecting their thoughts about death and the afterlife onto their environment, resulting in these spectral visions. These theories, while not definitive, add another layer of understanding to this complex phenomenon. Each theory offers a unique perspective, highlighting the incredible complexity of the human mind and our ongoing quest to understand the mysteries of life, death, and what might lie beyond. From science to the supernatural, several theories attempt to explain why people nearing death see ghosts. In the past 10 minutes, we've traveled an intriguing path, exploring the curious phenomenon of deathbed visions. We've delved into the scientific, the paranormal, and the psychological interpretations, each providing a unique lens through which many view this enigmatic experience. On the scientific front, we discussed how medical professionals often attribute these visions to physiological changes in the brain. As the body nears its end, the brain releases a cocktail of chemicals that could potentially induce hallucinations, making the dying individual perceive presences that aren't physically there. We also explored the fascinating world of the paranormal. From this perspective, these visions are not mere hallucinations, but actual encounters with spirits from the other side. The belief here is that these apparitions come to guide the dying individual towards the afterlife, providing comfort and companionship in their final moments. Then we examined the psychological interpretations, where these visions are seen as projections of the mind. As death approaches, the subconscious might create these apparitions to help the individual cope with their impending demise. These could be manifestations of their fears, hopes, or simply loved ones they wish to see one last time. But despite our explorations and explanations, the truth behind these deathbed visions remains elusive to many. Is it purely a biological response to the body shutting down? Or could it be a spiritual experience, a glimpse into what lies beyond the veil of death? Could it be the mind's way of comforting itself in the face of the ultimate unknown? Or perhaps it's a combination of all these factors. What do you think? Here is my take, despite all the hype out there from these specialists. First thing first, when you create something, you can explain it from A to Z because you know what went into creating it, right? Everyone is only speculating because they are not the creator, right? Now Genesis 1:27 says, "So God created man in his own image, in the image of God created he him, male and female created he them." God is the creator of man, right? Therefore he should know everything about us, right? This is what Ecclesiastes 9:5 said, "For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything, neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten." When I fall asleep, I am not aware of anything that goes on around me. Do you? Then why are the dying seeing and hearing from the dead who knows nothing? Ecclesiastes 9:5-6 states, "For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything, neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten." Verse 6 said, "Also, their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished. Neither have they any more a portion forever in anything that is done under the sun." How can they come to you when their love and memory are dead? The answers may forever remain shrouded in mystery if you have no understanding of the state of the dead and your Creator. And maybe that's okay for you, because in the end, what these experiences reveal is the incredible complexity and depth of the controversy between good and evil. The dying is seeing and hearing something, I believe that. I also have my experience with the fallen angels trying to let me believe that the dead have memory and are alive in another form, another place, but it is not the dead. I will address this in another video. While the truth of these visions remains a mystery to most who do not know God, one thing is certain: the truth is a fascinating glimpse into the human experience of death and the unknown.